Good day, greetings, Dr. Tao here. I've been requested to cover a subject that may not be widely known, and I'm going to try to touch on that here as best as I can without any type of marker board or visuals here, so just bear with me on this topic here. But the topic is something called sigils. And I'm not sure of how many people have heard of sigils or what they are, or even how it's spelled. So, but yeah, so sigils is what am I touch on here? And a sigil is basically a symbol that is not recognized concretely by the conscious mind. So, for example, you may see like the McDonald's arch, or you may see the Arby's sign, and you may see a logo or something like that. So those are actually, we may call those logos, but they're, in a way, they can be looked at as being sigils. And I'll explain what I'm talking about here in a minute. So, the purpose of a sigil is to bypass the conscious mind and to allow it to go into the involuntary mind, or what we would call the subconscious part of the brain. And the purpose of that is so it gets you out of the way of yourself. So sometimes we may go into words of affirmation to try to manifest. We may go into words of affirmation to try to manifest something, and while we're saying it, we tend to sometimes feel like what we're saying is not really the truth, because a lot of times it's not a physical truth. We can't visualize it. You know, sometimes we'll say, I have $1 million, or I'm losing weight, or I've lost 100 pounds, even though that may have not happened yet necessarily, but you want it to happen, so you're trying to manifest it. But as you're saying it, you are second guessing or doubting yourself as you're saying it. So herein lies the issue when it comes to manifestation, because you're supposed to feel it as well, because feeling is the secret to manifestation. We have to understand that there's between our visual world, our physical world, and the world that we feel, there's an unbroken bridge there, unbroken connection. So we have to feel it. It'd be similar to someone speaking in tongues, or you may say incoherent speech. And there's actually there's power in the principle in that. I'm not getting religious here, but there's a power in the principle that, and basically what I'm saying is, if you were to say that you're great or powerful or rich or whatever, but you were to say that in a way that's incoherent to yourself, but just feel that you are, but just say a whole bunch of, but see, I just said that I'm, whatever. But whatever you want those words to mean, you don't have to necessarily speak those necessarily words. You just feel what you say, and then once you have that vibration, then you resonate with that truth. A sigil works the same way. So when you write something, and then say, for example, you want to write whatever it is you want to, say, for example, you want to write, I have an abundant life. Okay. Say that. So I have an abundant life. So I'm gonna make a sigil out of this, and I'm gonna show you how this is done. So like I said, I'm doing the best I can without any type of visuals here. So you would take every every vowel out. So you would cross out, you would write this on your paper. You would put, I have an abundant life. Write that on a piece of paper. A blank piece of paper, not with lines on it, just a blank printer paper. And then you would cross out every vowel. So you would cross out the I, you would cross out the A, the E, and then you would cross out the A again, and then the U, the A, the E, the I, and the E. You would cross out all those letters. And then you would cross out not only the vowels, you will cross out every letter that appears twice. So if you have a letter that appears twice, so I'm doing this in my head, so bear with me. So I'm not sure which one is it. I think V. I know V appears twice in there. So any letter that appears twice, you will cross that out. Now, whatever letters you were left over with, then you would take those letters and you would construct the image, and they would connect. So you would take the H, and you would take the V, the H and the V from I have. So you cross out the I, so you have H and V left. So you would take the H and you would connect that to like a V, and then you may connect that to the letter B. Or F, I have A, abundant. So you have B, and then you connect that to that. You'll make this image. They all kind of connect together, and just in your own. It's no right or wrong way to do this. You're just making these letters connect in some way that creates some type of symbol that resonates with you. You can make decorations on it or whatever. It's supposed to look like a symbol, basically. And then after you have all your letters left over that you put together, it's going to be crossing over. You can have them cross over, some attached to each other, however you want to do it. There's no particular way you got to do it. As long as it's a symbol, it should all come together as one thing. You shouldn't be writing a symbol all over the part of the paper. Make it one concrete symbol that has all the letters in it. And you can draw a circle around it. And then, from there, you would take the part that you wrote, the sentence, I have an abundant life, and you would discard that. You remember that you wrote that, and then you would discard it somewhere, cut it off the paper, or however you want to do it. And you would look at this image that you drew a circle around, this sigil, and you would look at it for a little bit and understand that this is what you wrote here. This is what you wrote. You wrote, I have an abundant life. And you remember that you wrote that. So whenever you look at this image, your subconscious mind knows that that's resonating. So now you've gotten your conscious mind out of the equation. You're no longer in your way. So every time you see this image now, you know that's what's resonating. You see, it only makes sense to you. So no one else knows what that means because you made that sigil. So when you look at it, it's going to bring that manifestation into, make it come to pass. So after that, I always say within 3 days, some else you can burn it right there on the spot. But you want to take the sigil and you want to burn it. Basically, you don't want to throw it away. You want to burn it. Because once you burn it, it goes to the ether, and it becomes you don't want to hang on to it. Is basically what I'm saying. You want to remember that you had this, and keep in your head the image. Then you want to burn it. And this releases that, so you're not feeling like you have to be attached to something in particular. And then after you burn it, then let the cosmos, take place and work in your favor. So that's how you make a sigil, and that's how, and that's the purpose of it, to get you out of the way of yourself. So if you feel like you're having trouble manifesting something, then that would be something you want to look into. If this is not making sense, I'll try to do an image of how to make one by request. So if you want to put that in the comment section, let me know, and I'll actually go into more detail. But if you feel like this video was helpful, then and you feel like it was enough and adequate, then I'll leave it like this. But if not, then I'll go more into it. But anyway, yeah, so that's basically what sigils are. The McDonald's arch is at 13 if you turn it sideways. The Arby's is 13 if you turn it sideways. You have the You have all types of sigils around. You have the Chrysler symbol, which is the wings of Ma'at. You have the Subaru symbol, which is the Pleiades star system. You have Nisan, which is the first calendar month that corresponds to the Libra calendar month of the zodiac. Nisan is the first calendar month of the Jewish calendar. It's called Nisan, which corresponds to Aries, and Aries reflects Libra and the zodiac. And the Libra zodiac sign actually is the Nisan symbol, the car symbol. You have, there's tons of sigils all over the place. The Freemasonry, the Masonry sign is a sigil. You have the Mini Cooper, which is also the wings of Ma'at. So these sigils are all, like I said, all over the place. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, they're very powerful. They work at the subconscious mind, and this is how you go into controlling how people think about certain things. They may not know what they're looking at, but it still kind of resonates in their subconscious, involuntary part of the brain. So they're powerful, and it's not something to just play around with. So if you want to make one, make sure you're writing it and making sure you're drawing it in a way that's going to resonate with your spirit, and that you're sure that you want to manifest that, because it is going to come into your life. So this goes into a deeper science of voodoo sciences and things of that sort, but it's not to scare you out. It's just understanding that the Great Pyramids were built off voodoo, so that's another subject altogether. But anyway, this video's a little longer, so but anyway, I'll catch up with you guys later. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch up with you guys later.